Hi there. Thanks for having us into your practice today. My name is Ben Smith. I am the CEO of BioXskincare, and we're going to give you a little bit of background on our products.
And I'm Jillian Tanini, the Strategic Account Manager.
So we would be the team supporting you in this, and we have a whole team behind us in the office that we'll introduce you to later. But today our goal with this deck is to walk you through our amazing products that have visible results in as little as 26 days, talk you through the science that makes them unique and extraordinary, and then also talk you through how to order these, how to make your practice profitable, and how we can help you in that venture. So as we move forward today, we'll continue on with that. A couple of the key benefits I'll let Jill kind of cover.
So the key benefits that you and your patients are going to see by having our product in your office is we offer the most advanced skincare products on the market with the highest efficacy. Patients see results very quickly, sometimes in as little as 7 days, but they'll usually see the results they're looking for in as soon as 26 days. We have scientifically proven all natural botanical ingredients, and we offer a patented scientific delivery mechanism using nanoarchitecture to make sure that our ingredients penetrate the skin deeper to get the most beneficial maximum results.
And one of the unique things here is you're going to create a patient for life. That's key in a practice, is to have that reoccurring revenue and get patients to come back. And once they get hooked on these products, they will be hooked. So it gives you that extra revenue stream.
And I'd like to point out too, not only are they going to get hooked on the products, but they're going to get hooked on your procedures, because our products, they actually complement and enhance and accelerate the results of your in-office aesthetic treatments. So if they're seeing the benefits of that aesthetic treatment sooner, faster, they're going to keep coming back to you to get these treatments.
So I want to give you a little bit of background on the company. The team that first put this together with myself and some of the others, we had started a stem cell operation under another company that was building clinics and cryobanks and large-scale microbiology labs. We're using stem cells now to treat major diseases and seeing amazing results using their own tissue in the body and those adipose tissue and stem cells to rejuvenate and restore the body. Using that same concept and technology, we begin to get a lot of requests for, well, can you do something for my face and my skin and all that? So we went out and did a partnership with Al Needleman. And Al is an amazing guy we'll talk about a little bit more later on. But he had these amazing formulas that actually stimulate stem cells. And that became the basis of the science, coupled with his 22 years of creating formulas. And now we have over 130 formulas on the shelf. We're going to introduce you to a few of our products today. So as we go forward, the one thing to remember is we use a superior science to get remarkable results for your patients.
So we're going to talk about what makes our BioXskincare products unique, unlike anything out there on the market. We have 6 clinically proven core ingredients, and this is going to improve the skin health, the texture, the tone, the overall appearance. We have the powerful antioxidants that prevent the oxidative stress, so it's actually going to act as a barrier to keep those harmful pollutants and toxins out of our skin, and it's actually going to go in and heal the damage that's already been done from those free radicals. We also have the active peptides, which slow the aging process, so patients are going to have more firm, more smooth, more elastic skin. We have vitamins to go in and replenish the skin with the nourishment, the restoration, and the repair. And then what makes our product very unique is we have those botanical stem cells, but they work differently than other products that contain botanical stem cells. Our botanical stem cells actually penetrate deep enough to stimulate the body's own production of growth factors to improve the skin's health, texture, and appearance from the inside out. We also offer the natural moisturizing factors, and they go in and they actually restore the moisture loss in the skin within 30 minutes. And this is huge for your patients, because after applying the product, within 30 minutes, they're going to see that their skin already has an improvement in the appearance and the moisture.
So one of the things I mentioned earlier is Al Needleman has a very unique background. He's a botanist, he's a chemist, and he's a pharmacologist. And he spent years studying things from all around the globe. So ancient medicines, natural medicines, healing powers. He's talked with shaman and medicine people from all over. And what they've come up with is a way to pull the best use of each one of these individual ingredients we do, make them work in symphony together, and then create a very unique delivery system to get them down into the skin. So I'm going to let Jill walk you through some of the ingredients that are from around the globe.
So these ingredients have actually withstood the test of time. They actually go back to Ayurvedic medicine, which is over 5,000 years old, and this is why Al Needleman selected these among the great properties that they have and how they have an effect on the skin. So the first one is the Cucurbita pepo, and that's like a pumpkin squash extract. It's from North America. It's a powerful antioxidant. It contains vitamin E. It prevents the damaging effects of the pollution from the environment, and it helps keep the skin moisturized. It also has really great antibacterial effects. The next one is the Symphytum officinale, and that's sourced from Ireland, and that activates the epidermal skin cells and their ability to build new tissue, and that's going to significantly improve the epidermal thickness, the production of hyaluronic acid. It's going to help with skin moisture, wrinkles, and dryness, and it's also going to improve the look and the feel of the skin due to the increased keratinocyte proliferation, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Next, I think this is my favorite, the snow algae. This is found in the Swiss Alps. And what this is going to do is it's going to improve the cellular defense mechanism. So it's going to resist oxidative stress because it is found in this extremely harsh climate. It's going to detoxify and repair the skin. It's going to reinforce the skin barrier to give it a fresher, younger appearance. Blemishes become less visible with the snow algae. And one of the great things I like about this is they've done many studies with snow algae, and I'm just going to highlight my favorite one, is they took a group of 20 volunteers and they did before pictures of a nice, healthy, regular climate like you and I are used to, and they sent them out into the Alps for 3 weeks. So they were out there and they decided to do the placebo on one side of the face and put the snow algae on the other side of the face. And what they found is after 3 weeks, compared to the initial day, there was an increase in transepidermal water loss on the side that did not receive the snow algae. There was an increase in pigment spots. There was an increase in the eye wrinkles, and they noticed that the side that was treated with the snow algae after 3 weeks, compared to the initial day when that before picture was taken, all volunteers showed an improvement that was better than their initial presentation. So not only did the side of the snow algae not have those harmful effects from that environment, but their skin actually looked better than before they left to go out into the Alps in this harsh climate. So the next is the Crocus chrysanthus, and this is found in Turkey and the Balkans, and it reverses the signs of aging by stimulating the communication between the cells, and this is huge because it's going to help create the energy within the cells so they can function at their best performance, and therefore we're going to see a boost in the collagen and the elastin production. The skin is going to look renewed, it's going to be more firm, it's going to stimulate the fibroblasts to produce those growth factors that we're going to talk about in a minute, and it's just going to be a really visible, wonderful effect. So the last one is the Schwarzschild Sharada extract, and that's found in India, and this increases the epidermal thickness. It's going to reduce the appearance of aging, blur the appearance of wrinkles, vertical wrinkles in as little as 7 days. So those vertical wrinkles, we know, like in the aesthetic world, those are extremely hard to get rid of. So I'm talking about these wrinkles that go along the face. Typically we have to have a dermal filler for those. This is actually going to blur those vertical lines within 7 days. So very wonderful ingredient to have on board.
So let's talk a little bit about how do we get those ingredients deep inside the body so they can start to do what they need to do. The key is we have a unique delivery mechanism that Al has pioneered called non-geometric nanoliposomes. And this is part of our patented formula of our BioXskincare core. And what we do is take all those ingredients Jill just talked about and we pack them inside of this lipid. But the lipid doesn't have a geometric form to it, and therefore it's able to change shape. So if you look at the zoom in on your screen of this section, you have a lipid that wouldn't normally fit through the holes between the skin. And as you're trying to get through the dermis, most products just sit right there on the top and hope that the product gently absorbs as it dissolves. What we do with our liposomes, they're able to transform and actually make their way down both through the epidermis and all the way down into the dermis. And once they get into the dermis, that's where the magic starts to happen.
So I'm going to show you this image here. This is an image of our non-geometric liposomes, and you can see that they have the ability to penetrate not only into the epidermis, but all the way down into the dermis, which is unlike other products out there. Most other products stop here at the epidermis. This is key because down here in the dermis, there is a layer of adipose-derived stem cells. And what it's going to do is the product is going to get in there and signal those adipose-derived stem cells to proliferate more keratinocytes from the bottom up and increase that layer of epidermis. So as the epidermis becomes more thick, we start to see imagine my hand is pointing downward because this is illustrating the wrinkle in the skin. If we see the proliferation of those keratinocytes going up to increase the layer of that epidermis, we're going to notice that those wrinkles are going to fill in from the inside out because now the skin has a more thick, plump kind of architecture to it.
And this is huge for people with crow's feet, fine lines, things of that nature. So that's really the giant benefit of what we do, is that whole delivery mechanism coupled with those amazing botanicals. But at the end of the day, for you, what matters in your practice is that you make money. So one of the things I wanted to share is a little bit of a study. We watch the beauty market on a daily basis, but the amazing thing is over the last 2 years, the beauty market has grown 12.8%. It now accounts for $4 trillion in revenue. And if you look at the 10 categories on the screen, out of that, the space that we're in, which is this personal care and beauty, is 1/4 of that. It's over $1 trillion in sales. No matter what happens, women will continue to buy beauty products. We've seen that through inflation, recession, depression. Even in the depression days, people were still buying lipstick and pantyhose to look beautiful. So we know that this is an area that will keep trending. And even though some of your patients may not be able to afford a $20,000 surgery, they'll keep coming back to buy that face cream that makes them look younger or to get rid of that scar. So as we go on, we'll walk you through some of our products now. And this is our first flagship product, is the anti-aging cream. And part of the reason we got into this business was Al is a master of formulations. For 22 years, he's been creating some amazing formulas for brands all over the world. We were lucky enough to get him to come in as a partner, tie up his intellectual property, and get him into an R&D lab where every day he's in there designing new products with us. Some of these products are absolutely amazing. Let's walk you through a little bit on our anti-aging face cream. The unique piece, again, within 7 days you'll actually start to see results. The hydration, when you look at it microscopically, happens within 30 minutes of applying the product. It stimulates those cells to start creating all those things Jill just talked about, which reduces the wrinkles and the fine lines. But it also works on age spots and hyperpigmentation. And it significantly increases the production of not only the hyaluronic acid, the collagen, but also the elastin. So not only is it plumping the skin, but it's giving it a more elastic look, which gives you that healthy look, that healthy glow, and feels like healthy skin. It's not dry, it's not getting like sandpapery or crepey as it gets over time.
And I know one of my favorite things about this product is the fact that it increases the production of the hyaluronic acid from within. So patients are no longer having to apply the hyaluronic acid topically. And that's great because hyaluronic acid can actually hold up to 5,000 times its weight in water. So if the body has the ability to make more hyaluronic acid, it's going to look more plump and more filled out if we're getting the molecules in there to swell and fill up and hold that extra weight.
The other unique piece of this product, not only from a beauty benefit of this cumulative result, every time you use this product, your skin gets better and better. It's great for making you look better, but it's also great for your practice because that patient will continue to come in and buy the product. So let's see some samples here. This is Kathy, age 65, using the product for 26 days. If you look on the big screen, you'll see that she's got these very deep lines in her face. And those start to fade away. Those basically plump out, to the analogy Jill was using with her hands earlier. Same thing here with Tammy. After 8 weeks, those lines coming off of her eyes are starting to fill, and you see the skin texture just looks much better. It doesn't look as dry and rough around the edges of the eyes. We see these amazing results over and over and over, and we want this for your patients.
So our scar cream is the next product in our line. This is amazing because nobody wants to have a scar. So if a patient is looking at a possible procedure, they might be overwhelmed with, hey, I'm going to have a scar from this. And this is going to guarantee that your patients have the confidence to go into the procedure and know that they're going to still look their best coming out of the procedure. And the way this works is it's going to visibly reduce the damage from a wound or an incision in as little as 26 days. It'll also work on an old scar. So it doesn't have to be a fresh scar, which makes this product very unique. It'll work on scars that have been introduced to the body many, many years ago. So it reestablishes the integrity of the extracellular matrix. So basically that means that anytime we have a wound or an incision, that part of the skin has become very weak. This is going to actually penetrate deep in to restore the structure of the skin and give it the strength that it once had. It stimulates the collagen production to dramatically fade the scars and heal the wounds. It's going to smooth and minimize the scars. It's going to reduce the depth of the scars, and it's going to regenerate the epidermis to repair the skin and promote skin tone. So typically when we have a wound or a fresh incision, it begins to heal, and over time it stays a bright red or a bright pink, and it takes a while for that to fade. This is going to actually promote the even skin tone to not only have it fade to its normal texture and skin tone, but it'll also take an old scar that's very light and restore the brighter, more normal complexion back to that area. And another feature is that it acts as a breathable barrier to control moisture loss. So as our wounds and scars begin to heal, they become a little dry and brittle. This is going to prevent the scab from opening up, causing infection to come in. It's going to lock that moisture in and keep the infection out. One of the other things to note on here is that pumpkin squash extract. It is a natural antibacterial, so it works on gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. So you have that antibacterial property, and we've added melaleuca, which is tea tree oil, which is another antimicrobial. So physicians, surgeons, anybody that has a wound, they can use this product in confidence to know that not only is their incision or wound going to heal faster, but they're going to be preventing any type of infection from setting in.
And one key thing in the practice is to note that as these wounds are there, you're creating a scar when you do a lot of the surgeries you guys perform. So whether you're the plastic surgeon that's doing that, you're the OBGYN that's doing an amazing C-section delivering that child, or you're just helping a patient who has some type of operation going on, they'll remember you as a hero for that, but they're going to hate you for those scars. So the one thing we love about this product is you can give them something that will make that scar begin to reduce immediately. And as Jill said, it can go on as soon as the stitches are out. So in this picture you'll see, well, the stitches were still in, they began applying this product, and over 8 weeks, that scar disappeared on her finger after a finger surgery. That's huge for a client to know that something that's visible every day is not going to have to haunt them with that scar. And that's why we think they'll continue to purchase your product over and over.
Yeah, our stretch mark cream is amazing because when you think of stretch marks, it's great that we have an option to get rid of them, but nobody wants them in the first place. So this actually works as a preventative measure against stretch marks from developing. So whether you're an athlete and you're going to be putting on body mass, or if you're going to be going into a weight loss procedure, or if you're a woman who's about to become pregnant, you can start using this product and you can start preventing those stretch marks ahead of time. And the great news is, if you're not using this product and you do develop stretch marks, this is going to help fade them and make them diminish more quickly. And the way that it does that is it enhances the collagen and the elastin production for better skin elasticity. So when the skin stretches out and becomes weak, that stretch mark that we see, that banding and the striation, is an illustration that the skin is just thinner where it once was. So if we can go in and rebuild that cellular matrix, we can reduce the appearance of those stretch marks. So we're also going to use the collagen and the elastin to prevent those stretch marks from occurring.
The other thing with the striations and the banding, as you see here in this picture, often there's this discoloration. It lightens the skin, and that's what people really notice right away. This product has a great ability to go in and create a natural, even skin tone again. And that's huge for patients. Well, it's also getting rid of that striation and the banding effect and that raised effect, if you will. So one of the unique things with all of our products, I think that's really critical and important, is our stretch mark creams, our scar creams, and our face creams are all re-engineered from the ground up. If you look at things like silicone creams that have been out there for scarring and for stretch marks for years, they've all just done one thing, right? It's put a layer of silicone on and keep moisture in. That's great, but that doesn't really effectively start to grow and rebuild from within. Each one of our products that you saw is actually healing with the body's own power inside and regenerating cells and creating the different components that are going to rebuild that structure. That's why you see this critical mass and this quick effect of our products. So let's talk a little bit about some of the benefits of working with us. Professional grade treatments offer exceptional results for your patients. That's key and critical to almost every doctor on the planet. We also don't sell around you. A lot of our competitors have started selling directly online through other retail channels, through Sephora or Target, and that's not good for your business. Patients aren't going to continue to come back to buy that product from you, and we want to make sure they're visiting your practice and using the complementary services that we both offer. The next is best-in-class service, simple turnkey packages, low minimum orders, and the ability to increase your revenue with very high margin products. So let's talk a little bit about the margins. Our retail pricing on both the scar cream and the stretch mark cream is $89. Your cost is $43. That's over 107% markup on those two products alone. That's great revenue for the clinic, and that's cash pay. So the other one is the anti-aging cream, and you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So the retail cost is $129, which is very competitive for an anti-aging cream on the market, and your cost is only $59. So you're going to see a market percentage of 119%, which is huge because we know how much your patients are going to love this anti-aging cream.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the competitive advantages and how we go about positioning our product and our brand. One of the first things we have, obviously, is our science. The science is absolutely amazing. Nobody else is using the patented science we have. They're not doing the transdermal in the way that we do with these nano-architected liposomes. But what that means is that lasting result. 26 days or less, you can promise your patients they will notice something happening in their skin, and they'll probably call you to share that with you. They do with us all the time. And we're exclusively available through physicians. So we don't plan to sell around you for any reason whatsoever. We're building this as a medical grade product line sold through medical professionals only. The other things are paraben free, and I'll let Jill talk a little bit about parabens and why we don't use them.
Yeah, so parabens are something that we don't want to see in our products, but unfortunately they are found in a lot of skincare products. And the reason why people don't like them is studies have shown that it's actually going in and it's changing the biology within our body and having an effect on the natural hormones that are being produced. So we want to eliminate that from our product altogether. We feel very strongly about not adding an ingredient that's going to cause any harm to the body or the biology of the system.
And this is a great time to talk about another team member that we have. Dr. Mark Engelman is a board certified in anti-aging. He's an expert in genetic research, and he also understands how the body works and how the body reacts to certain chemicals and other things. Part of his job with us is to watch for compliance and make sure that we're not using parabens or banned fragrances or other things on watch lists, things that are going to cause more harm than they're going to do good. We avoid those completely. And one of the unique things about all of our product lines, they can be sold in any market around the world. So they not only meet the US FDA standards, they meet the EU standards, they meet the China standards, they meet the INVIMA standards in South America. So we're able to literally take these products into any market and know comfortably and take them to our family members and say, this is something I trust that you can use. So that's a big piece to us, is to have Mark involved in that compliance and that watch over what we do and how we do it. And then the last piece is that we don't actually have any human-derived cells inside of our product. That's a big one for us because a lot of what we're seeing out there in the marketplace is confusion over what those human cells are doing. We want you to know that we use a plant-based cell. We drive it down in to activate the internal stem cells in your own body. That's big. So let's talk a little bit about the team. One of the things we put together for each account like yours is to have a dedicated team set aside. So you have a strategic account rep, which in this case would be Jill for your account. We have a man on the back end who handles and manages all the product fulfillment, all the materials you need, make sure everything is taken care of in the ordering process and everything is on time and there for your patients. And then on my side, as CEO, and I also have built multiple billion-dollar brands, I'm in charge of marketing. And marketing isn't just for our products, but marketing is for your practice. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a moment as well.
So another great feature about having the team behind our products is we offer really great education for not only your patients, but for your staff. So we will go in and we will have lunch and learns. We will meet one-on-one with the key staff member that's going to be selling the products, because we know that education is the key to patient compliance. And not only that, but we offer other types of training. We create events for you and your staff to come to, where we have like a fun, exciting event where everybody's having a blast, but then we also tie in some key education, so it's a great night well spent. And we do quarterly seminars to expand your exposure and develop key learning objectives. One of the other things that we do is we'll hold symposiums on topics that are relative to the practice and to the beauty industry. At the beginning of December, we are holding an anti-aging symposium where we're going to discuss the latest research technologies to help prevent the aging process.
So the last piece is the marketing materials. And one of the unique things that we offer to you is that we have a whole marketing team that designs social media posts for you, email templates. We can provide you with brochures and copy, as well as images to use in any of the materials you're creating. But we also market you directly via our website. And we provide the brochures, which you'll now see on the big screen, and those brochures actually give you the ability to then market your practice as well as market our products. The other thing that we do is we drive patients via our website. So we spend a lot of money on our website to drive digital marketing and create patients for you. And part of that is we're guaranteeing those patients buy through you, not directly through us, not going out to being able to find the product at Target or somewhere else. So we'll never undercut you. We won't sell direct. We will provide all those leads directly through a practice. So just to kind of summarize, amazing results in 26 days, easy to get set up, a full dedicated team to your ordering process and getting you going, excellent service and education with symposiums, lunch and learns, having the availability of Jill to come out and work with your team to train them, or Dr. Engelman to provide an on-site, or if you want to get really scientific, Al Needleman is happy to do a webinar anytime with your team and walk them through the science behind it. The other piece is that protected market we've talked about, and we will 100% stand behind the patient's satisfaction. We will take care of any issues and any needs that arise. And the best part is we help market for you and with you. So we want to be your partner in making sure your sales are growing. We've seen some very successful practices do over $80,000 in skincare product sales out of one office. And we want to help you get to that level and make sure you're achieving. So, at this point, if you guys would like to sit down, Jill has our contract, she has our price list, she'll be happy to go through all this with you and walk you through the next steps in becoming a provider. Thank you.
Thank you.